Well, joined now by Dr. Austin Nweze, who is of the Pan-Atlantic University. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Again, we are at this stage. Of course, the reason why we tend to look at this is everyone wants good governance. Everyone wants things to be done properly. And so if he is elected, he appoints all of these people to help him out, carry out his functions. And so we have 4 of them now having been shown the door. You'll always have speculations about why they've been removed, who fills in, can they achieve anything before their term is off. But first and foremost, on the removal, did you see it coming or it was just a question of time?
Yeah, I saw it coming. If you understand a president's strategy or way of, or style rather, you discover that which sometimes is good for leadership. You know, when the pressure is there, you have to be clear in your mind before making a move. So in the case of especially the aviation minister, is quite expected, and you know that this is a critical period in the president's political life, you know, because of 2015. And just like we say in business, it's not those that help you start a business that are those that will grow the business. It is a very critical time in the life of political life of this administration, and you know, it's about time this change was made to enable him begin to look at 2015 and those things. And sometimes when there's a policy shift or what the administration wants to achieve, it's not those people who are already sitting. You may need to inject new people into the system to enable you to accomplish the new things that you want to do. Well, it could go either way. So these are some of the issues that we see in this cabinet reshuffle, which is normal, you know, and you know, which is well, again, saying that there could be other reasons why this was.
It would be a fair commentary if we listen to those who say this is directly or maybe somewhat indirectly about 2015, or is he trying to put his own foot down and be his own man and not listen to perhaps all other political associates who might have been pulling the strings before now?
Yes, it's a combination of all. Before asking them or dropping them, he must have talked to his team, his kitchen cabinet, to really know the implication, who is going to be a political liability and who is going to be a political asset, and bring those people in. And you know, who are those, like they say in football, who are those that the coach will use as jokers to win this game. These are some of the things that, yes, this 2015, and 2, you know, other reasons, as you mentioned. So it's not just one thing, but it's normal in the life of any administration that at some point you need new ideas, new people that can, you know, add some value into what you into the policy implementation. You know, so I think it's expected, and I believe that as time goes on, you know, we begin to see. We may not know the truth or the reason why they were dropped, but again, it's normal. This is a very critical time, and you need to really begin to work, you know, and play less politics and more of, or have less politicians and have some technocrats that will really see, you know, this, because the economy is going to play a role in the next election. You know, so you need people that can really drive this economy, and you know, come up with policies that will turn around events to enable him being a better state for 2015.
Yeah. When you talk about 2015, one short thing which will be seen in 2015 is the activity of the police, and one of those affected by this is the Minister for Police Affairs. You recall that a whole lot of people have actually talked about that ministry, and they say that is, if we're talking about streamlining and cutting the cost of governance, that is one ministry that should be scrapped totally. And their argument is from the Police Service Commission and other agency that is taking care of the wealth of the police. Would you say the Ministry for Police Affairs, now leaving Caleb Olukolade out of it, has actually been effective?
No, you can only be effective if your job is relevant to the whole system. If you ask me, I often say that, first of all, that the size of government is huge, and it's for the size, for our kind of size of economy, So anything to trim down, we don't need double. And a friend of mine used to say that one way of solving problems in Nigeria is to create more problems. To solve problem, to take care of the police welfare. You now created the ministry and all that, thinking that by creating a ministry, it will be better taken care of. But that is not the case. You have created jobs for those who don't need it. You have created money. Create opportunity for money to be, taken away from the system, the money that could have been used for other developmental projects. To be used in paying people's salaries and all that. It is not. To me, I don't think there's a need for Ministry of Police Affairs. Yes. And then you have the other establishment which takes care of Service Commission. These are double. Who is doing what? The layer is too much. Why don't you just have one? If you ask me, the Police Service Commission, it's enough to. You don't even need a ministry. This thing is too high. The size of government is getting too large, and you find that when you check the Nigeria's economy, can the economy accommodate this? The answer is no. Why don't we have a trim, slim administration, plow this money into other development projects, so that the people can get jobs, businesses can run, and the quality of life of the people will improve. And again, the other aspect, the quality of life and the standard of living will also improve. So this is what we're saying. And yes, I agree with you. That ministry is not necessary.
I think it was only recently we talked about the East-West Road, and one which has been there for years, even before the creation of the Ministry of Niger Delta. And with the creation of the Ministry of Niger Delta, people from that particular region thought that all-important road would have been completed by now. So many other issues coming from that particular region, even when the president came in acting capacity and finally as president, a lot of people thought that those issues would have been addressed, knowing full well that we also had a ministry that was created during the late president's administration. Looking at the Ministry of Niger Delta, which Mr. Orubebe was the minister until yesterday, how would you rate that?
Now, the thing is that what contribution have they made or are they making to solving the issues? I think it was a mistake that made by the president, the former president, to set up that ministry in the first place. It's not so. You have the Niger Delta Development Commission.
That's the NDDC.
NDDC. And you now have a ministry. So this is duplication of duty in order to solve the problem in that area. I think the NDDC is enough to take care of whatever it is. But if you ask me, is it really necessary?
Yeah, but the thing is, the ministry has been created, a minister has been appointed, a minister was appointed to that ministry. The question is, how did he do? Did the people of the Niger Delta feel the impact of the ministry, the creation of the Niger? Because what you will think is that if you have a pair of hands doing one job, and you have two pairs of hands doing that same job, it should be faster.
No, not necessarily faster. It could actually slow you down. Because one person can actually, and when you have two people doing the same job, that's why sometimes democracy in a developing economy is not really the kind of thing that they should have. The liberal democracy, I'm not saying democracy per se, but where you have to, there are some things that you need to take a decision. And not having some kind of many people having to take that decision. Young man, what you're saying is that even the East-West Road that we're talking about, how They say the terrain. We have modern technology. After all, in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai, we have built high-rises inside the sea. We shouldn't be talking about the terrain and all that, the completion of that. I think it's just political.
Let's